Here we go. It's the AC guest with the WB and my lovely co-host, Miss Rachel. Say, hey man, I want everybody to realize that we're here on the WB. We have with us here today a good friend of ours, good friend of WV's, and a fantastic author of what I think is the book of the year. And the sound guy hates it when I do that, so I better not. His name is Andrew Wice. And I was hoping for more light on me because my complexion, I'm getting old nowadays. But anyway, so tell me, what's the name of your book?
The name of the book is To the Last Drop.
And you're from Madrid, so you're talking about beer?
Not talking about beer or
okay.
tequila, though they're influenced by everything. The novel's about water.
They even run their power on beer and stuff like that.
If we did that, then we'd run out of beer.
Oh, yes,
and
okay,
things
so
would
you
stop
can't do that.
happening altogether.
Yes. So you can't do that in Madrid. But okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Well, the book is called To the Last Drop, and it is about a water war between Texas and New Mexico, set in the present day.
Oh, cool. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Hasn't it been done before?
Texas has invaded New Mexico 3 times throughout its history.
Okay.
And every time Texas won every battle, and they were turned back because they ran out of water supplies. So you can take New Mexico, but it's hard to keep.
Because they ran out of Mexicans?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of Tex-Mex there, jokes if we wanted to, but we're not going to. But anyway,
keep it classy.
so let's classy on the WB. Yeah, right back in town. So tell me more.
Well,
tell me less.
Tell you less. I'll use more words to say less.
Okay, tell me worse.
And in the course of the novel, Texas invades New Mexico. There's a dispute over water.
We kick their arse, right?
Well,
we can't say that because it ruined the book.
It would ruin the book. And actually, you look at the relative size of Texas and the relative size of New Mexico. Texas has a pretty easy job of it. Taking over New Mexico, not unlike, say, invading a country like Iraq or Afghanistan, is very easy to conquer territory, but holding it is a different story. So that's what happens.
They're all stupid and we're all intelligent.
Well, there's obviously
they talk funny, they drive funny, plus they got our water bastards. Okay, so anyway.
So Texas takes over and occupies New Mexico, but then there is a resistance which forms up of New Mexicans fighting against the occupation force.
Yeah, baby, let's hear it for the South Valley gang, man. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
That's
it's a different type of interview than when you interview from Dan, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so tell me more.
Well, I can't give you too much more than that. You're going to need to read the book, but
New Mexico. To read the book, what do you have to do to read the book? You have to buy the book.
Buying the book is a good start.
And then you can read the book. Okay, cool.
The book is a limited distribution at this point, hoping to change that with great shows like this promoting me. But it is available through the website, Amazon and Pals and BarnesandNoble.com. Collected Works in Santa Fe. I'll be giving a reading there October 21st, 6 p.m. And you can certainly buy that.
That's on a Friday?
That's on a Tuesday.
Tuesday? Oh, wow, okay. Got my my calendar all screwed up. It's been a long week.
He does know Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yeah, that's all I know. Anyway, okay. Tuesday. Shut up, Pat. Okay, so I know that's not a very good thing to see on public TV. Okay, but go ahead. You don't want to tell me you'll do some reading for us, right?
I'd be happy to. We have 5 minutes. I can read a quick little part.
Okay, yeah. Let's we can turn down the lights a little bit here and so he can't.
We're counting. All right, so set up as quickly as I can. Texas has invaded New Mexico at this point. They're surrounded Santa Fe, and they're waiting for the governor, a man named Armenio, which means weasel. They're waiting for Armenio to officially give up, to officially surrender to the forces of Texas. So the characters we're going to meet is Governor Armenio. He has a press secretary called Muñozco and 2 advisors, Mr. Garvin, Mr. White. We're in the Capitol building here. The new press secretary, Ralph Muñozco, knocked once on the governor's door and opened it. Mr. White, Mr. Garvin, and the governor all stiffened abruptly. New Mexico welcome tote bags were piled on the governor's desk. Their contents, pistachios, chili pepper pins, dirt from Chimayo, strewn about the floor. Yes, barked the governor. Mr. Governor, sir, the press is getting really rowdy downstairs. There's some from Rebel Yell TV, which took over Channel 27 in Albuquerque, and they're saying that Santa Fe is surrounded, all the highways blocked off. What do I tell them? I've been stalling them for an hour. The governor said, Way too early in the day for all this madness. Okay, listen, here's a statement for them. You take this down and you read it to them. Governor took a piece of paper from under a tote bag and folded it neatly into quarters. He opened Maniesko's suit jacket and slid the paper into his chest pocket. Then Maniesko left, closing the door behind him. Hurry up. Forget the tax machine, said Armenio. Mr. White, you get the rack of paintings. We'll get all this stuff and meet you down at the car. Hurry up. Be careful. Some of this stuff is old and fragile. They made no effort to be quiet in the abandoned Capitol. Their footsteps echoed heavy, laden, down hidden stairs into the underground parking garage. A dark green SUV was waiting for them. Mr. White arrived, pushing a wheeled rack of stacked paintings shrouded by a Navajo blanket. He opened the back doors and lugged the paintings onto the leather. Mr. White, you drive, ordered Armenio. Where's the police escort? The state police officer walked his motorcycle around a concrete support. That's it? One motorcycle? Armenio climbed into the passenger seat, dragging heavy tote bags. Mr. Garvin got in the rear seat, pulling tote bags after him. The doors slammed shut. Mr. White turned on the ignition. The motorcycle started up the exit ramp, and the SUV followed. The gate rose for them. They saw the blue morning sky of freedom. They kept out of the garage and up the steep ramp, ready to leap onto Paseo de Peralta. A crowd of people and television cameras blocked the ramp. Go, go, cried the governor. The motorcycle crept forward slowly. The crowd parted for the motorcycle, then closed around the SUV, banging their microphones against the tinted glass. Just drive, pleaded Armenio. I can't, said Mr. White. Get me out of here! The motorcycle cop was barely able to keep his balance on the ramp, jostled by reporters crushing in to bang on the governor's window, the chaos of their voices. The tote bags, said Armenio. The tote bags. Roll down the windows and start tossing out the bags. But that's all we've got, wailed Mr. Garvin. Do it now, ordered Armenio. He lowered his window. Hands, microphones, and questions flooded in. Armenio shoved a tote bag containing 2 cell phones, a digital camera, and an antique silver samovar out the window. The bag fell clatteringly, spilling its contents. The crowd was baffled into silence. What's that? Someone shouted as Armenio shoved another tote bag, a laptop, and Kachina doll out his window. Mr. Garvin got his window down and tipped the tote bag through. Its contents, a Santo Domingo glaze bowl, a PDA, and a scorpion paperweight smashed on the concrete. People shouted, "Look!" and began fighting for the bags. They tossed out their ballast, and the crowd fell to scramble for frame paintings and DVD players. Now go, screamed Armenio. Mr. White gunned the engine, bumping the motorcycle cop, who dropped into gear and slipped between the stragglers. The press jumped back from the SUV's tires, clutching brand-new digital projectors and 16th century woven baskets. They could only watch the governor's truck jump the curb and drive away. In the press room, Ralph Maniesko blinked up into the television lights and flashbulbs. The press room was so crowded that reporters spilled out into the hall. Ralph tried to clear his throat, but it was like rubbing 2 pieces of sandpaper together. Though he was wearing contacts, he tried to adjust his glasses. I will now read a statement from Governor Armenio in response to the demands of surrender from the Texas State Guard. Ralph reached into his breast pocket and pulled out the statement. He unfolded it once, twice. He looked up, weaving in the headache blare of lights. The paper was entirely blank.
He did that very well. Good night. So, well, thank you, Andrew. It's been very good, man. We're very happy to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to have the band back here doing their, is this second song? Second song, man, from Doesn't Kill Spiders. What do you think of these guys?
These guys sound pretty good, and I agree with the notion you shouldn't kill spiders.
You should never kill spiders, man.
Unnecessary.
What about snakes?
Really not necessary. Sometimes it's good to keep them separated from your life.
You know, it's what I always tell my wife. You know, I said, like, I don't like spiders and snakes, but that's not what it takes for me to love you. So anyway, okay. I think I stole that from somebody. But it's always a pleasure, man. So you tell those guys out in Madrid to keep on drinking. How's your ball team going?
Doing all right. We came in second place last year.
Second place. Basketball champion over here, man.
Second place.
So, second place. Well, you know, that's still champion status, right? And so, yeah, well, you know, the girls know you have a lot of stamina, so that's a good thing. I just got you in trouble, didn't I? Okay, that's all right. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I already shook your hand 3 times. Now we're done. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite part of the show because this is where I get to play super promoter, rock star, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the WV, we have here live in the studio, Doesn't Kill Spiders.